Peace, love and light to the family. So I know I said I was going to do a meta breakdown of a movie for you that I saw, and I still am. But I realize how much information it is and what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to hold off a little bit, but it's coming. What I will do is start off small. I'll start off on a show that I've been watching called Legion. If you're not up on it, get on it. It's in the second season. It's an offshoot of the X-Men. You know what I mean? It's Marvel, but it's real mental. It's about this dude named David. It's about mutants, but there's one in particular, this dude named David. And he's a super mutant like Professor X. He's telepathic and he has psychic ability, but he's like the most powerful mutant. And David is living in his head, like we all are. You know, in the beginning, the first 3 episodes are kind of slow, but start from the 4th episode and moving forward, it starts to get kind of deep. Now, David lives in his head, and we all do, pretty much, because that's the nature of reality. You're not really experiencing reality, or what you think you're experiencing is not really reality. It's a simulation. To get more in depth, you would have to understand science. Now, we don't see with our eyes, hear with our ears, smell with our nose, touch with our skin or hands, or taste with our mouth. We don't do any of those things. All of these things are electrical impulses sent to our brain through stimuli. And this stimuli is activated through light. So now, if we're not seeing any light, we're seeing nothing but cosmic blackness. Because remember, we are hurling through space at 3,000 miles an hour and then traveling around the sun. Okay? So, if there was no light of the sun, if there was no light of the moon, there would be nothing but cosmic blackness. And that cosmic blackness is what you would call the subconscious, or conscious mind, the subconscious mind field. Now, I know this might be a little much for people, but if you have an understanding of science, I mean, all of these things are researchable. So take your time, do your own research, and really figure out what I'm saying. Because if you can take it back to the Matrix, what is reality? What is real? Electrical impulses sent through your brain, and you make it real through your experience. And the experience only comes through the chemical reactions that your brain sends throughout your body to make you have the experience of sight, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. So what is reality? Brain simulation. The mind is not in the brain. If you do an autopsy, if you slice open the brain, the mind doesn't come pouring out. We are walking through the mind. It's a universal mind. It's a conscious mind field called the subconscious. So when you really understand what it is that we're dealing with here, then it kind of twists the way that you're looking at reality. So then we go back to the Kanye thing I said. Slavery, what kind of reality was that? Okay, now, I'm not saying it's not real, because obviously it did happen. But it happened in a way where these people chose that reality. They bought into that reality. There's a collective agreement and there's an individual agreement. The individual agreement is you yourself going through your senses, and that is what gives you your experience and your reality. Now, if somebody else goes through the same kind of senses, but variations, because the chemicals in each person is different, we're all the same but different, and the difference is the level of chemicals in each person's body. So if you have a similar experience to somebody else, then you both have the same reality with a variation. So you can both see the same thing, but yours might be slightly different than what he sees or she sees, but technically you're both seeing the same thing. So it's an individual agreement and a collective agreement, and that's what reality technically is. So, but we're going to get into this. Check this out. Hope you enjoy it. Peace, love, and light.
We are here tonight to talk about violence, or maybe human nature. We are here to talk about human nature. Wait. A quote. A great philosopher once wrote, "In times of peace, the warlike man attacks himself. This is the root of all our problems. And by this, I mean we. We are the root of all our problems. Our confusion, our anger, our fear of things we don't understand. Violence, in other words, is ignorance." There are two kinds of stories we tell our children. The first kind. Once upon a time, there was a fuzzy little rabbit named Frizzytop who went on a quantum fun adventure only to face a big setback, which he overcame through perseverance and by being adorable. This kind of story teaches empathy. Put yourself in Frizzytop's shoes, in other words. The other kind. If you get too close to that ocean, you'll be sucked into the sea and drowned. This kind of story teaches them fear. And for the rest of their lives, these two stories compete. Empathy and fear. And so I bring you tonight's play. Let us begin.
We went looking for truth, but found only lies. What was real? That was the mission. We had seen things, heard things, but could we believe our eyes?
He's not inside his subconscious. I looked. Wherever his mind is, I can't find it.
But he's not.
He's not brain dead, no. His mind is active. What's it doing, though?
You know, he can create a kind of mental projection space, something between reality and dream.
An astral plane.
Psychic projection to create a simulated reality. Most people's memories are unreliable. The things we see that people say, and they change over time, too. Your past is an illusion.
Alice went down the rabbit hole. Dorothy landed in Oz. Or did she? All I could do was follow the lines, pull the string. The things done, the things said. Who are we if not the stories we tell ourselves?
What's real in this space is whatever you want it to be. So, my feeling is, why not wait in style?
Wait for what? Where are we?
You're here, in the astral plane. You went too far into the make-believe and got lost. Your mind, consciousness. And now you're trapped in this no place, where every day is the same, where you can imaginify yourself a kingdom, but nothing is ever real.
And what's the good news?
Don't worry. He can't get you in here.
He?
Your monster. He makes you forget. Clever.
What are you...
You have an unquiet mind, and so you war with yourself, like a dog trying to chew off its own tail. I wouldn't go out there. It's waiting. The monster. You brought it in here, and now it's hunting you.
There is no monster. It's just me. I know that. It's just me. It's my psychology.
Monster as metaphor. I like it, but wrong. It's part of you, that's true, but not like a symptom. More like a parasite.
Are you saying I'm haunted?
No, that's superstition. I'm a scientist. I'm saying maybe it's good you're here. Figure some things out. I'll watch for you as best I can, but things get muddy out there in the vast subconscious. Remember, it's not real, unless you make it real.